Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are surrounded by books, so we have a few options. My shirt gives a hint of what that option is. Today is going to be a book recommendation video, but they're all going to be like Western, small town, cowboy romance themed. So here we go, 4 different books. These are all a part of a series. Some I have talked about on my channel before, some I have not, and some by authors I have also talked about on my channel before. So here are our 4 books. Let's get into it. So first up, we have Riding the High by Paisley Hope. This is part of a series. This series is complete. Love them all. They're cute, easy to read, cowboy, western, small town romances. What's not to love? They are interconnected standalone, so for the best experience, it makes sense to read them in order, but you can read them out of order and still enjoy them. It'll just make references to other characters that have been mentioned in previous books. In the steamy third novel in the Silver Pines Ranch series, a newly appointed sheriff and a congressman's daughter must keep their impulsive Vegas nuptials hidden to protect their reputations. But what happens in Vegas rarely remains secret. When Cole Ashby is appointed Laurel Creek's interim sheriff, he is determined to prove himself the best man for the job. A devoted single dad, his goal is to lay steady roots for his young daughter. As the daughter of a Kentucky congressman, Ginger Danforth's life has always been about neat appearances, but inside she's dying to break free and embrace the sense of adventure that runs through her veins. During a wild weekend in Las Vegas, Ginger and Cole play a game of truth or dare, and after a few too many drinks, find themselves hitched in a neon-lit chapel. With no quick way out, they strike a deal, stay secretly married until Ginger's father is reelected and Cole lands the sheriff job permanently. But as the pair are forced to spend an increasingly amount of time in each other's company, sparks continue to fly and their accidental marriage starts to feel dangerously real, until they forget they were ever pretending at all. Love it. This is one of my favorite books in the series. It was so good. I just remember flying through the book. It's not super thick, but it has a little length going for it. But I loved everything about this book. Because we have, this little marriage that happened in Vegas. Obviously, it was on a whim. But now they have a lot going on. So they can't really focus on this marriage just right quick. So being a congressman's daughter, she's kind of always in the public eye. She has to show up and show out, essentially. And sometimes that feels like putting on a performance. And Ginger doesn't always like that, but she's trying to do what she has to do for her dad as her family. And now Cole, he wants the sheriff position. Being interim is like that next step to officially becoming sheriff. So he has to do well as interim sheriff. And obviously if it got out that he got hitched in Vegas, that doesn't really shed a good light. So he kind of has to work through that so he can officially get the sheriff's position. And at the same time, he's trying to do what's best for his daughter. And that means stable and steady roots. So he needs to present himself well. So now Ginger and Cole kind of have to work together in a sense. They both have things on the line if this, Vegas marriage gets out, and they don't want it to hurt each other and their families. So they just have to play along, have to make things work. So now that they're in this situation together, they start to spend time with each other. And of course they knew of each other when they were in Vegas, but they didn't have that close relationship. So now that they're back from Vegas and they're kind of living together, working together, going through the motions, they realize they have a lot more in common. They start to fall for one another. And of course, fake feelings always lead to real feelings. I will always stand on that. So of course they realize that maybe we aren't actually pretending. Maybe this could be something, potentially go down the road and take it seriously to see what it will look like. So there we have it. Cute little book. I think it's like, let's see, 410 pages. Yeah, not that bad. But this is book 3 in the series. There's, I think, 5 books. I think 5 books in this series. All really good, super fun, super quick reads, but this was one of my favorites. Next up, we have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Okay, this is part of a series, and it's one of my favorites in the series as well. Loved this one. A rugged mountain town seemed like the perfect escape from a life in shambles, but on day 1, she ran full tilt into the world's hottest single dad, and now all her plans are ruined. As a chart-topping country singer with a recent streak of bad press, it's hard for Skylar Stone to find any peace, but she finds it in Rose Hill with a little boy and a little girl who steal her heart just as thoroughly as their dad, Weston Belmont. The man is a shameless flirt. He oozes confidence and masculinity in a way that's downright distracting. And in bed, he's addictive. Everything with him is wild and impulsive, and Skylar is desperate to regain some control. But no one has supported her like Wes does, and no one has ever made her feel as loved as he does either. So while Skylar's brain says settling down in a small town with a horse trainer is impossible, her heart says she's right where she belongs. Still, her life as a celebrity haunts her. It has the power to pull her and Wes apart. She can see it in his eyes that he wants her to stay, and she wants that too. But Skylar knows better than anyone that you don't always get what you want. It's a bit of a thick read, but I promise it's worth it. Again, it's one of my favorite books in the series. Probably one of my favorite books by the author as well. She writes a lot of cowboy, small town western romances, and I love them. But yeah, so Skylar, she is in the public eye. She's famous, she's a singer, but she's kind of at a stage where she just wants to do something for herself. She's getting all this bad publicity. There are certain things just out of her control. So she wants to do a little getaway to kind of just focus on herself. And with her being in the spotlight and being so famous, there are certain things that people don't know about her. They have this perception of her. She feels like she has not been able to show the real her until she gets to Rose Hill and she meets Weston and his kids. And that's when she starts to realize this is the real her, but not everyone gets to see that. And Weston has made her so comfortable and made her feel so loved that she could see herself staying here, but at the same time, she is still this famous, singer. She can't just kind of fall off the face of the earth and be in this small town, but she loves the life that she could potentially have here. So it's kind of going on that journey of what it would look like if she stayed in Rose Hill, getting to know Wes, getting to know his kids, and kind of getting to know herself in a way as well, because being in Rose Hill, she's not really bombarded with paparazzi as much as when she's like, in the city or something like that. So she has time to learn more about herself and how she would like to move forward in her career, or if she doesn't want to move forward in her career. So good, y'all. Everything about this book, chef's kiss. And I promise you, it looks thick, but you'll get through it fast. It's only 452 pages, and it's so good. You're just gonna keep reading. Love it. Okay. Next, we have Honeymoon Phase by Amy Daws. So this one is also part of a series. Read the entire series, loved it. But I was actually lucky enough to receive an ARC from NetGalley, so an advanced reader copy of this book, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite in the series, so I wanted to get a physical copy of her, and I love it. So cute. And this is book 1, and then this is book 2, this is 3, and then book 4 just came out a couple weeks ago, I think. And yeah, completed series. Again, interconnected standalone. I don't know if I said this, but all of the books that I'm showing are interconnected standalone books. So more enjoyable if you read them in order, but you can still read them out of order. Fact or fiction? Proposing to your best friend so she can inherit her family business is a great idea. When Addison Monroe tells me she's going on a husband hunt at a local lumberjack competition so she can inherit her father's lumberyard, desperate time calls for desperate measures. She's sworn off romance, says she's been through enough tragedy, so I offer myself as an alternative, because that's what best friends are for. But my stubborn friend, who would rather drive a forklift than get her nails done, refuses to accept my help, and now I find myself training to become a lumberjack. I refuse to let Ro hitch her wagon to some hulking axe wielder who might be a serial killer. She means too much to me, and I swear there are moments where she looks at me like I mean something more to her too. On the surface, I'm offering a marriage of convenience to protect her, but the truth is I'm hopelessly in love with my best friend. So if I have to marry her and move her up to Fletcher Mountain just to see if she could love me back, so be it. Because my only regret would be losing her forever, and that's a fact. I love marriage of convenience, fake dating. It's always going to get the job done because either both parties or one party is going into this fake relationship with feelings already. I don't make up the rules. It's just a fact. It is a fact. That's how it always is. And I eat it up every single time. So as we can see, our two couples right here, our two people for the couple, best friends, grew up together. They've never crossed that line of what a relationship could be. But now Ro is in a position to where she can inherit her father's company, but her father doesn't want to give it to her per se. He would like her to be married and then give it to her. Stingy, I know. So she's willing to do whatever it takes to inherit her father's lumberjack company because that's all she's known. She's worked there. It's family business. She wants to keep it in the family. So in order to do that, she needs to get married. So she's like, if I'm going to get married, he needs to be, a lumberjack build. He needs to be able to help out at the lumberjack farm or you're useless. And so her first thought is, I'm just gonna, go to competitions, potentially post out some feelers to see who I can get. And her best friend gets wind of it. And he's like, why didn't you come to me? And she's like, because she doesn't see him like that. She would prefer to be married to a stranger. And he's not having it. He's like, I will do whatever is necessary to be considered, a lumberjack so I can marry you. So now he's training to be a lumberjack to enter competitions because Ro is going to, lumberjack competitions to feel it out, to see what she can get. And he's willing to do whatever it takes because one, he is hopelessly in love with her. He has always loved her. He just has never said that to cross the line. And this is an opportunity to do so. So push come to shove, Ro does not just find it random. She's now with her best friend. But again, she still doesn't see him like that. Right now, it's just a marriage of convenience. Her friend is helping her out. That is how she sees it. While he sees it as an opportunity to prove himself to Ro that this relationship could actually be real, that she could love him, back, so forth. So now they're on this journey and things start to cross the lines of, is this real? Is this fake? Do I see you as more of a best friend or just a friend? It's such a cute little journey and I love it. All the books in the series honestly are cute. They're all about these brothers on Fletcher Mountain and their niece is matchmaking them left and right from book one. She's finding everyone a wife. And the last book is actually her book to where she finally gets her love story. So I think it's cute. I would definitely say, read them in order because you're going to get some spoilers from previous books if you don't, and it's just more enjoyable if you read them in order. And honestly, it's a pretty quick read. It's like 420 pages. So yeah, love it. And our last book for today is Swift and Saddled by Lyla Sage. I've talked about Lyla Sage on my channel before, and I've actually recommended one of the other books. I don't think you can't see them, but I have some of the other books in this series on my shelf. I've recommended, I think it was book 3. This is book 2 in the series. All of the books are out in the series. I haven't read them all yet. I have one more to read. But this is another one that it's cute, it's quick, it's enjoyable. You're gonna love it. Literally, look how quick and easy that is. And again, interconnected, standalone, they're friends, family, same small town. Better experience if you read them in order. She's the city girl who refuses to be saddled with a man. He's the cowboy who wants her anyway. The next installment in the Rebel Blue Ranch series from the beloved author of Done and Dusted. The last thing Ada Hart needs is a man to take care of her. Not anymore. After falling out of her interior design program and the disaster that was her short-lived marriage, Ada has clawed her way up from rock bottom. Now the only person she trusts is herself. And that has gotten her further than ever before. She has her own business, and one of the largest ranches in Wyoming just hired her for the most important project of her career. When Ada arrives in Meadowlark, she finds herself in a dive bar where she can't seem to shake the eyes of a handsome cowboy. When she leads him to the back of the bar, he leaves her with a kiss most people could only fantasize about. She almost regrets that she'll never see him again. Except it turns out he's her new boss. Weston Ryder is a happy guy, even happier now that the mystery woman from the bar is the interior designer for his dream project of his family's ranch. He feels like he's hit the jackpot. Too bad she wants absolutely nothing to do with him outside of work. Ada is convinced that the pull she feels towards Wes will go away, but Wes can't stop thinking about her. Even though walls are coming down around the Rebel Blue Ranch, Ada's walls are firmly in place. Can Ada and Wes make it through the project without giving in, or will they both put their dreams on the line for a chance at love? So Ada has gone through so much that she just wants a little fling, a one-night stand, nothing serious. She's focusing on herself, and there's nothing wrong with that. So when she goes to this dive bar and she kisses him, she's like, oh, this could have been something. But at the same time, you know what? Let me get my mind together because I got to work tomorrow. I got a big project. So she's fine with, never seeing him again. It is what it is. Weston, on the other hand, he cannot shake this mystery woman. He's like, I wish I would have got her name. I wish I would have got her number. Like, I can't believe I'm never going to see her again. The ranch, the family ranch, they need an interior designer. Who is that interior designer? Ada. So Weston is happy. He has been, dreaming about her, thinking about her, talking about her for a long time. Mind you, it hasn't been that long. But he wanted to see her again, needed to see her again. So he's all happy about this arrangement. Whereas Ada is like, this is work. Like, outside of work, we shouldn't be doing anything, really. Like, I'm here to focus on work and work alone. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. It's not on my mind. So Ada is more, apprehensive. Weston is just like, there's this connection. There can be something special. Like, we just vibe. So, of course, Weston respects, her boundaries, but at the same time, a little bit of conversation here and there. She's working on his family's ranch, so they will, run into each other. It's not like they can avoid each other. And then it is, a small town. So they are going to see each other places. So naturally, conversations will happen. And, as they start to talk to one another, they realize there is this type of pull, but Ada is apprehensive to it. She's kind of like, can I ignore this and just focus on work? And Weston's more so like, do you feel the connection between us two? Like, can this be something else? So a little bit of push and pull between the two, but I thought it was so cute. And of course, it's like, not technically a work relationship, but it can kind of fit in that category since Ada is working for Weston's family to get their ranch together. So it's cute. It's a quick little read. City girl, country boy. How can you not love it? 305 got cut off, but 305 pages. So quick read. And that is our last book for our cowboy, Western, small town romance book recommendation. And again, all of these are part of series. Really enjoyed them. I have talked about the other books on my channel before, so hopefully you give them a try and drop any recommendations down in the comments below that you have for me. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.